Okay, so there's this movie called Shirley Valentine. It came out way in the 80s. And the basic premise of it was a woman in her 40s decides to go to Greece or Turkey, something like that. She's from the UK, she decides to go to Greece or Turkey. And she hooks up with a young waiter. She falls in love with this young man, he falls in love with her and her wrinkles, and they live happily ever after. Also, that's how I remember the film. It's kind of like stamps the common conversation around holidaying for Europeans. So you see in Europe, we've got like, this is before the euro, okay? So you had like things like the Deutsche Mark, the French franc, the English pound. They were doing very well. They were very strong. Then you had other ones like drachma, pesetas. Those were not doing so well. So once they had incorporated all those European currencies, now you had a strong euro. All that to say that there was a time where those people in Northern Europe were able to come to the south of Europe and take liberties with the people who lived there and exploit them sexually because they were financially stronger. Now, as the euro came along, that couldn't work anymore. That didn't work anymore because your euro is the same strength as my euro. So now they've come further south and landed in Africa. The process is I come over with my pounds or my euros, and I'm able to buy you and buy you and buy you. I've seen personally with my own personal two eyes men who would never, ever end up with a pretty young woman of any race. Like, literally, like, I'm falling apart physically. I have to use a cane to walk. I need a stroller to carry my extra weight. My ankles are twice the size of my thighs. My belly's hanging over my... it's kind of like men like that are walking around with princesses over in Gambia. Now, sisters, if you're coming over here and you want to find a husband, a playmate, that's not difficult. That's not difficult at all. I remember this one sister who will definitely remain nameless because in South London she is known. I see her around the place. But this sister, when I'd see her in London, she was so meek and mild. She was like, she'll have her hair's natural, right? But she'll take her afro and she'll put it back into like a bun at the back kind of thing. She always wore glasses, thick bottom, thick glasses. And she'd be like, "Oh, hello, Mali. How are you, brother? Yes, yes. Very, very kind of calm and demure." Then I saw her in Gambia. So when she first reached, she come to Mode 2, she's like, "Hello, Mali, how are you? How's things? Grand Rising, Grand Rising." She's all that kind of like, over the top, extra African, blackity black. But she's very, very quiet, very demure. 2 days pass. She's with a Gambian brother, innit? She's walking, they're walking holding hands. I'm walking towards the beach, they're coming off the beach. She's like, "Yo, Marley! Bo!" I'm like, "Rotted, what? I don't know where this woman gets this energy from though. Well, I do. But her whole flipping whole energy changed up, flipped up, changed up. So I get it. And brothers, let me just say this. I'm not going to get into any detail. But you know that scene in Coming to America where they play this music? Where they play this, right. You know that, I know you know what I'm talking about. You can have that. For real, you can have that. You can have that, or you can have your version of that coming over to Africa. I don't care if you're old and decrepit and you know, life has passed you by, your ex-wife has left you for the milkman, whatever your stress is. You'll hear this music. And when you do, if you have, put a thumbs up, give me a thumbs up. Like the video, put a thumbs up in the comments. I was watching a video from Go Black to Africa, and he was talking about how people from Europe come over and they're getting involved with local people to fulfill their carnal needs. Let me put it that way. And you know, he got very esoteric with it because he was saying about how there's a devilish nature. And from what I've seen, I feel like I need to agree with that, because what I've seen of European people coming over, I've seen old men with children, with children. I put a video out years ago. It's old now. It's on my Facebook somewhere. And there was this older gentleman. He was easily in his 50s, easily. And he must have had about 7 or 8 children with him. And he's handing out sweets, candy. He's handing out sweets to these children. So I pull over, and I'm like, what are you doing with these children? And he's European, right? He's Swedish or something, I don't know. And he's like, oh, no problem, yeah, it's just my friends. I'm like, they can't be your friends. These are children. You're behaving like a pedophile. Oh, no problem. Clearly, his English was no problem. Oh, no problem, he says. Across the road is a police station. So I cross the road, I go to the police station. I tell the policeman, look at this, and I show him my phone, like, this man here is messing with these children outside. Across the road. Just come and look. So he walks out and looks and says, he's not doing anything with these children. So I got back in my car. Obviously, I edited out the bit when I went to the police station. But I got back in my car and realized what we are dealing with. You know, we are dealing with a situation where in Europe we have this big money, the euro, the pound, coming into this country where they're dealing in Dallasy, where it takes like 60 or 70 of their Dallasy to equal £1. And they've decided that that pound or that euro is worth more than their child. You know, their child is worth less than that. And they're willing to let their children, I mean, school children, go off with this man. As long as this child brings back some of those euros, I'm talking €5. I'm not talking about big money. I'm talking like small money. As long as the children can go out and earn that money by any means necessary, they'll deal with the consequence of that. So now those children grow up totally devoid of any kind of natural love and affection. And they push that unhealthy learnings to other people in their lives as they grow older. So we've got to be very careful. Very careful. Go back to Africa and says it's evil, and I have to admit that's what it looks like to me. So whatever your plan is, I hope you come over, I hope you enjoy yourself, I hope you get what you need. I hope that you're able to put back more into the country than you take out from it. Because, you know, this country is very innocent. In general, it's very innocent. It's very new. It's untouched. It hasn't been spoilt yet. It's unspoilt. That's what I'm looking for. It's unspoilt. So be aware of that when you come over. Until next time, it's your brother Marley. Peace.